Hi, this is Anna, and I am going to share with you today a flip through of one of my albums. This is not complete. This is Jaxon's first year album, and there's still some pages that I need to add into it, and I'm slowly working on that, so I figure I would share it with you quickly. This is a Creative Memories album. I just have it marked here, Jaxon 2020, since he was born in 2020. I have a little post-it note here that I just have paper clipped on the side just so I can see which one it is. This is, as I stated, a Creative Memories album because I love Creative Memories and I love their albums. They last. I've been scrapbooking since 2002, and this, I've always used Creative Memories albums. I did try to use other albums, but they just didn't stand up as well as the Creative Memories albums do. Now, I do use other products than Creative Memories. I actually use Pink Paisley. I've used Paige Evans, Amy Tangerine, We Are Memory Keepers, Simple Stories, American Crafts, Echo Park, you know, so on and so forth. I do stamp in some of my albums. I sew in my albums or on my pages. I just do whatever feels right, whatever I like at that moment. So anyway, so this is Jaxon's first year, and I'm going to slide this over. Hopefully I'm in view. So let's take a look to make sure, because I slid everything around. Just a little bit more. There we go. All right, so this is using Paige Evans cut file. I use my Cricut and I cut out the white, and I use some of her paper line to fill the back of the letters. If I'm not mistaken, because this has been a minute, is that there's actually a separate file that will cut out each of the letters for you to put on the back of these. I use my sewing machine to fill in the D, the R, and the B, and I did my little journaling over here on this side. So this was the moment that Jaxon was born. This is his dad, and pictures of him on that same day. And this is another one of those pictures while we were at the hospital. So I did sew all my pages, as you can see, and I used mainly, these look like Paige Evans paper lines, and so does this over here. I think this is one of her sketches too, and each one of these blocks are sewn around. I really love that. That one's cute. And this is true because he was worth the wait. This right here is another page that I did. This is while we were in Tennessee. I lived in New Jersey at the time, and through the pandemic, as you know, that you couldn't have, things were a little bit sparse during that time, especially from the beginning. And Jaxon was born on March 30th, so it was like very, very, very difficult during that time. So my mom and sister drove 12, 13 hours to come pick me up, spent the night, turn around, and we drove back to Tennessee, and I stayed there for a couple of weeks. So I cut this out with my Cricut, and I love the pinwheels filled with the little buttons and a little bit of punch right here. I don't remember the details of what punch this is anymore. It might have been a EK Success punch. I did sew around the pictures. I think this is it's either Amy Tangerine or Paige Evans paper line. I didn't get, when Jaxon was born, I didn't get his newborn photo session done because, again, the pandemic. So I was able to do it for right before the 4th of July. So he was 3 months old. And I do believe this is a Creative Memories paper line. And I used my Cricut to cut this out too. I used the Cricut to cut this out and this out. And I believe this is the same paper as this. And there's some stickers right there. This is so cute. I don't know what my cat is doing over there. She's playing. This says, "Love you to the moon and back." Stamped here and stamped there. And I just love that little cute boy. This is a page sketch here. I cannot remember where I got the sketch from. I like working with sketches. I think it just takes the guesswork out of a lot. And you just use the paper that you have and put it together. So I know this is a page sketch that I went by. This is another Paige Evans paper line here. And I did stitch, oops, no I did not. These are just folded and pop dotted up on each of the little wings of the heart, just so that way it gives a little bit of dimension and it won't ever go flat. This is a 2-page spread, which is a trip to New York. So it just has just pictures straight across and a nice border and a cluster of information right there, which works out really good. Sometimes simple is better. At Jackson's daycare, they did a stamp of his little feet, said "Trick or treat, smell my feet." So the title I gave it just went on a little bit further with that, and I just stamped "Give me something good to eat" here. And I printed up my journaling here and used some washi tape just to give it a little bit of tack down. This uses a little bit of inking and masking and spraying and droplets of stuff. Looks like there's some white and pink. This has been done a long time ago because I don't really remember what it was. This is a little nice wooden embellishment. I did sew across this top header here. It's really cute. I really like that. And this is another one that I used a little bit of technique of like modeling paste that would dry erase through a stencil here and here. I'm not sure if you can see that if I tilt it or not, so I'm going to tilt it. Not sure if you could see that or not, but this is the best of 2020, so I just had various pictures here throughout the year, and I numbered them through 12, and then I don't know where number 12 is. Oh, there's number 12. It's like, where's number 12? But anyway, and I put the little journaling, I typed up the journaling, printed it out, cut it out little lines, and then adhere it to my page. And then I just numbered each of the sections with a little circle punch that goes right underneath it, so that way each of them are numbered. And then here's a little more journaling here. And then I cut this out with my Cricut. Stitched around the page here, just to give a little bit more dimension, and each of the pictures are stitched around as well. This is the last page currently in this book, but this is through Jackson's first year. The pictures are a little dark, but that's okay. I wanted to scrap them anyway because each one of them, Jackson has his tongue sticking out at it. He had discovered his tongue and always had it stuck out, so that's really cute. Always makes me smile. So it was baby silliness. And then as you can see, I still have a couple more pages in here. I used to use the post bound where you worked on the pages for creative memories, but I really enjoy the top loading because I can actually scrap out of order and put it in where I need it and move things around as I need it. But there is a quick flip through of my album. I hope that you guys enjoy. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll be happy to help. And if you have any ideas of anything you'd like to see, just post me a comment, let me know, and I can take that information and go from there. Thanks so much for watching this far, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.